Hello and welcome to another episode of TDD as if you meant it. Today it's the 13th episode. Good luck. We will clean up things. The purpose of this episode is to show you that it's needed from time to time to stop coding and make our life easier by cleaning up. Here I have a lot of comments that I wrote to explain you what I was doing. I'd like to remove those or move those to a README file or something like that, to documentation. So I will create here a file called README, and I'll start moving things. First of all, these ideas with guidelines and the design experiments. Probably I can get rid of the comments. I can get rid of these things. And I will need some formatting as well, maybe. Let's see. For now, that's enough. Okay. Let's delete these spaces. Also, because I made it clear what I have here, and I think all these tests are very obvious. Let's remove these comments. They're useless now. These were useful at some moment, but probably now they're not useful anymore, so I'll just remove those. I can keep these because they can help me understand better the examples I used, or someone. They could be useful for someone. Let's remove this. Okay. What else? Arrange, assert. Okay. Here, do I have anything? Okay, that's weird. So then let's go to the next one, to the board tests. From here, things look good. Probably here in the future I'll need to have some pattern tests with these things, with these texts. They were useful at that moment because I didn't know exactly the correct template, but they aren't helping me to understand which is that correct template. So I will need to, maybe when I'm adding tests for the template, to add examples of what a correct and an incorrect template is, so that those can be used as executable specifications in the near future. What else? This looks good. The builder. I can move this to the README as well. It's a hint, so it's what we learned during this session. Here I still have some strings that I would probably need to extract, so I'll make a comment, extract strings from this file to settings. I won't do this now because now I'm just browsing and I just want to understand how this works. Okay, again, this is a hint. I could extract this to the readme, and of course remove. Okay, game message looks good. Game result, again I have this hint here. Let's move this to the readme. And let's indent it a bit. Maybe I could do as with the others, like that. Here I already have this command, extract board structure to outside of this class. So I'll probably need to take care of that as well. Token looks fine. Okay, so let's close everything. Let's make a commit. Cleaned up of comments, cleaned up the code comments, and moved all the hints and analysis to a readme file. Okay, so now what's next? What I could do is I could try and find to-dos. This is what typically I use as markings where I need to refactor, but it's not the time to refactor at that moment, so I don't want to get out of the flow of refactoring. So that's why I make these signs. Hey, I wish you'd extract this. I think it's a good moment also to run the tests for a while before extracting anything. Oh yeah, before doing that, I don't know why, but these are in the default package, even though I have them here. That's weird. And yeah, I don't know. I'll need to search that one. So let's go back to do. Extract board structure. Here I'm instantiating the board structure in the game result, and Okay, this is weird because I'm passing it as a parameter and then I'm instantiating it. So something is very wrong. I think it should be like that. Let's see if everything works. Yep. If current board is board get structure. Current board is the empty board. And nobody on. Else we do something. So to make things clearer, probably here I need to have another method to have clarity. So the one on the top was get is just comparing that it's an empty board. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm saying get game result probably, but I have this already for non-empty board. And this one should be get game result for empty board. Let's run the tests. So I'm passing the board to both of them. I'm in the game result class and extracting it made it like that. So it looks okay. I still don't like the fact that here I need to do all these things. It's not very obvious what these are. So if I do get template equals board get size plus get structure, it isn't very obvious what's going on. I'll make here a comment to do factor to improve clarity. Now this says extract new board structure. Why? Because this one is a string. So we'd like to have an object for that. Probably this name isn't right as well because this is current board structure. A board is more than just its structure. And this one is a board structure. Okay, so I have this already. The thing that I'm missing in this case is that the board structure here, when I say get structure, I receive a string and not a board structure. So probably what I should do is to change the signature of this and say instead of returning type string, it should be a board structure. Return new board structure. And this doesn't have a constructor. So let's make one. I'm creating a field. And let's create, I could do this as well. It's final. I don't need necessarily a getter. I won't have a getter anyway. I won't have a setter anyway. I think I'll have these. And these are kind of weird in this context because they are static. Well, they are settings. So I either keep them like that in a separate file, or I will make them from static to some computation. Okay, let's see what doesn't work now. Of course, because here I should have a board structure, and here I get a string, so I should return a board structure always. So what I'm doing now is I'm generalizing the concepts. I want to get rid of strings as much as possible, so I'm burying them into these higher level things. Yeah, word structure, and here the same. Okay. Let's see what breaks next. This is another way of trying to refactor, see what breaks next. And I'm in a way trying things out, as I don't know what will happen now exactly. So it's a way of exploration as well. If, let's say, in 10 minutes I will still have problems, then I should stop and go back. Now, as I told you here, because I added this as in a constructor, this doesn't work because I'm saying new board structure, and always a new board structure would need the data. This is obviously wrong because these here are static but aren't shown as static. A thing I could do is really make them static, and that's a sign they should be moved in a different place. Another thing I could do is move them to a different place. So if I do this, I can remove the board structure. Yeah, but that's not good, because if they're static, then I cannot inject them. So obviously the good approach would be to make another class and move them there. These are like object mothers, more or less. It's a class that is creating a static type of an object, and I need that specific type of object in my tests. So that's why I would be more inclined to not put that in production, but put it here. Board structure, and then I could use the name object mother like that, or I could do something else like saying examples, or I could say object structure data factory. Well, it depends what you want. Let's just put object mother, and I'll just move those here. Obviously, this should be used only for tests in this moment. But here I have this thing that I'm using the board structure to get empty board. So that means I'm not using them only for tests. So I should move this obviously to production code, even though I didn't want to do that in the beginning. And that, let's just call it data, because I would like to be able to inject this as well. Okay, what does this mean? Well, this means that in the game result class, not sending a board structure anymore here. So let's do some change signature. And I'll remove this, and I will add a board structure data, board structure data, new board structure data. Yep. Here I need this. Yep. And probably it's not used very often. It's used only there, at least for now. This refactoring I'm doing now is in huge steps. As you see, I haven't been able to run the tests in a while. It's another way of working. I don't necessarily like this very much because I don't feel I'm progressing. It's not something I feel very comfortable with, but sometimes it is useful. Okay, build the board. Here I need the board structure. And here again, I should pass a board structure. And then this means it's a board structure. Let's see. Let's run again the tests. See where things are complaining. Well, this is good. This is good. Build board with what? Build board. And this should be board structure. Okay, we'll fix that. This should work because I changed it, but here what am I doing? I'm saying board size. So this was wrong here, because here I don't need a board structure, I need a board size. No, board size is board 1 by 1. This is weird. So here obviously there's a confusion I made between the concepts, and I need to fix it. What do I want to do? I'm building a board with, as far as I remember, building a board was with a structure, direction, and with a size, direction, and token. But here, no, it's structure, size, template. That's the token. Okay, let's go back. No, not here. Here I had a string. Board 1 by 1. Here it's complaining that it's using a board structure. And this is a board structure. But oh, so yeah, here, build board structure. Okay, right. So I should have this. Sorry, it happens. I should return a board structure. So return new board structure of these. And here, when I'm saying build board, I'm giving it a board structure, but here this is expecting a size. So that's for sure a problem. Let's use board structure here. So as you can see, that's why clarity is extremely important. Because in this case, for sure I mixed up things, and now I need to figure it out. So new board with board structure, And now get structure won't be this anymore. We just return structure. Okay, so that's good because I stopped instantiating the board structure in the board and I'm using the variables. This is just a data class, a data object. So that's enough. Thing that I should do here is maybe try to recreate the equals. Because yes, because I changed them. Okay, now let's go back to here and understand what we're doing. Build board for 1 by 1. And so here I'm giving it the board size to create the template. How am I using it? Type of board. Here I have a bit of mix up. So this is very typical case when you mix up things and you give a bad name. I name it here board 1 by 1, which is very specific. Then here I name it board size, which is a concept in itself. But here I call it type of board. So probably this shouldn't be board size at all, because type of board for me it's the same with board structure. No, it's the same with the template probably. So how to fix this? In the example, it was something like 1 by 1 board. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's see again. Where do we have complaints? So with structure, it's not working because cannot be applied. Oh, yeah, okay. Word structure. Okay, let's run again. With structure. No, not new board. Okay. What else here? And here. Couple of more spots. Okay, so I only have these problems caused by this case. For sure, I shouldn't have here this name. So I was rushing and I didn't refactor in time. That's the only thing I can say about this. I'm passing type of board and I think type of board is similar to board size. And I think that this one is type of board in fact. But probably an empty board is different than the idea that of how it is structured. So that's why what you can see here in the game result class, I need this and only the empty board. I don't need the 1x1 or 2x2 or anything else. So that's why I believe that this is one concept that probably is a board structure. Let's write and probably this is something else, because this doesn't have anything to do with the structure. It just has to do if it's empty or not, whichever the structure it is. So probably this should belong somewhere else, and that's a bit of a confusion you can sometimes make. This is a board structure concept. This is a specific board. How could I say? It's not a type. It's a specific board. At the moment, I need a partner to help me out with the naming. Stage. Extract it from here. It is used on in-game result. This is a board structure concept. Leave it here. So how to fix this problem? You see here, I don't have this problem because I'm passing the empty board but here I do have a problem. So that's obviously a reason. So you can see how you can read the tests, that here I have one board is empty, nobody won. For on one board, X always wins. For 2x2 board, X wins on the left column. So you can see all these tests are failing because I haven't finished the refactoring, but this one is not failing because obviously here I have two different concepts. And it's very different to say an empty board than a board 1x1. And that means also my build board method isn't necessarily right, because I'm saying a board structure data can be both empty or can be both 1x1. Let's see how to fix this. If I would say this is a board structure, then I would need to rename it, and this should work. It's obviously a hack, but it should work. Factor this and find out how to get the size from the structure. Okay, many failing tests. All of the tests are failing. What does that mean? When you have failing tests like that, as I told you, I'm not comfortable to taking these big steps. So what does that mean? Well, we will start all over, because the steps we did were way too big. So git reset hard head. And let's see what we have. I think I don't need this, and reset should have changed that. Yeah, great. Okay. So what did we learn from this? Don't take big steps. I'm always struggling to take smaller and smaller steps, and sometimes I get carried away. Don't do the same. Okay, so the next time we'll try to redo this all over again, but in smaller steps, because until now it's obvious that we've done two bigger steps and it was a fail. It's okay to fail from time to time. This is how you learn. So stay tuned, and next time we'll try to refactor this in smaller steps. So thank you for watching, and as always, have fun coding.